Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. How many of you order takeout almost every week? Either if it's DoorDash, Uber Eats, or just your local pizza place. It can be a very vicious cycle, and I'm also guilty of it as well. Our schools teach us many different subjects, but it confuses me why cooking isn't fundamentally one of them. I researched this topic extensively and made sure to use reliable and certified sources. There should be cooking classes in every school and should be treated with the utmost importance, just like every other subject. Students should be familiar with how to cook, and there are also many benefits that come with this skill. Let me cook up some facts that will involve issues due to the absence of these courses. Many Americans don't cook or would rather eat out. This can cause many financial and health issues. This is robbing true personal independence from people and children alike. According to nutritionletter.tufts.edu, Americans have plenty of excuses for eating or grabbing takeout instead. Among the most startling findings is that 28% say they don't know how to cook. This finding should be alarming. Cooking, as we know, is a basic life skill. Even though we know these issues, many schools still aren't implementing courses. Adults who don't know how to cook live a much unhealthier lifestyle. And their financial discipline is also lacking, since if you order out almost every week, you're probably spending a lot of money, and DoorDash and Uber Eats is definitely not cheap. GetNugs.org states around 20% of their total food budget is spent by Americans eating out nearly 74% of millennial Americans have eaten out in the past week. This shows how American eating habits are favoring more towards eating out. Better programs can help prepare younger generations to come. Fast food or ordering out is ruining the health of many Americans. America, as we know, is famous for their obesity problems. And there's many propaganda around the world that shows that. The absence of cooking Americans, however, is making it worse every year. According to health.clevelandclinic.org, many fast food items are packed with sodium, which acts as a preservative and enhances taste. High sodium diets are also known to increase blood pressure. Poor eating habits can hurt the upcoming generation and many more generations to come. As you can see here, this is America's rising obesity problems, basically a chart that shows the increase over the years. For children and adolescents, it has increased to 19.7% from 1999 to 2020. And for adults, it has increased to 49.9% from 1999 to 2020. Since we are now familiar with how urgent this problem is, let's talk about what we can do about it. To implement cooking classes in schools, we should know when we should start teaching it. I propose that we should start teaching during elementary and middle school. But this time, they should be able to follow simple recipes. And according to sdchefsfoundation.org, I can't say enough about the importance of getting children interested in cooking at a young age, since kids who cook become adults who cook. Third grade should be the earliest to introduce students into cooking. The article that I just mentioned also states that growing into an adult and having prior knowledge at a young age can help you eat healthier. Cooking can be broken down into 4 subjects and taught throughout early life. A good subject to start on will be called kitchen safety. The dangers of knives and hot stove tops can be covered. What type of cooking equipment there are and how to use them. After students pass that subject, they can progress into nutrition. Creativity and different styles can be a course as well. These courses will basically be like culinary art courses, but for kids. And it will cover topics such as the expression of food and the artistic fundamentals of food. Meeting and passing these requirements can advance students to gastronomy. Basically, that's the study of the relationship between food and culture. The last subject can be taken in the 8th grade and it can be about cuisines. This course can teach students more advanced techniques, and culinary entrepreneurship is important for students who want to be their own independent chefs one day. These classes should include money management skills, networking, family bonding, and organization skills. According to virtusbuildings.com, preparing food is a multi-sensory experience that involves looking, touching, smelling, tasting, and even hearing. Students can learn everyday calculations by using scales and thermometers. Cooking fairs can also be hosted in a school. They can be like science fairs, but basically it's just who can make the best meal or most flashy meal. Also, there'll be chefs that will come to the school and look at the projects. And the students who perform the best can get prizes or rewards. Obviously, they'll get a good grade too. Let's get into how this will benefit the young generation and generations to come. Educating children on the basic principles of cooking can have outstanding positive impacts. According to vertebuildings.com, to live a healthy life, it's important to be well nourished with a balanced diet. Cooking at school gives children the opportunity to learn about healthy eating. Cooking with kids at school, as stated before, will make them more dependent and self-sufficient. The source also states that working together in groups to produce something yummy, most children find cooking very rewarding, and at the end of the lesson, they can and taste the results of their hard work. So how can this help the overall family wellness in the U.S. as well? Since children will have the experience early on, they have something to bond with their families at home. And also, if there are single parents or parents that are just too busy to cook, the kids can take care of themselves too. This can take some stress off the shoulders of parents across America. These courses will help fight the obesity problem in the U.S. And according to Harvard.edu, roughly 2 out of 3 U.S. adults are overweight or obese. That is roughly 69%. And 1 out of 3 are obese, 36%. Child obesity is a problem, and getting children involved into cooking in the cooking process can help. Children learning which foods do what to the body and how to make healthy meals can help them make wiser choices. Cooking courses can improve financial decisions as children grow up into adulthood. Showing children budgeting plans and meal preparation strategies in schools can help decide what foods to buy. According to finance.yahoo.com, many of us take kids with us when we're grocery shopping. If you're able to, this is a great time to start bringing prices into the conversation while buying food for the week. In all, cooking courses at a young age can have many benefits to a child's independence and well-being. The U.S. struggles with adult and child obesity, and this is a solution to that. Something that we can do about it is we can go to our local school boards and propose ideas of cooking classes or an early adaptation of cooking skills in children. Not everyone is great at cooking, but everyone can learn the basics and implement it at a young age. Thank you for listening to my presentation.